Through 3 presidents over a decade, young undocumented immigrants known as Dreamers have emerged as a potent political force and the sympathetic public face of the immigration debate. Since 2012, roughly 800,000 have secured permits from the government, allowing them to work without fear of deportation under an Obama-era program. 86% of the public favors allowing them to permanently remain in the country. Cultural icons from former President Barack Obama to Kim Kardashian West have sent messages of support. "I stand with the Dreamers," Kardashian West wrote on Twitter in September. Even as the Dreamers, brought to the country illegally as children, have become more closely integrated into the fabric of American society, their very political success has exposed them to the whims of Washington's legislative impotency. Since the George W. Bush administration, they have been buffeted by a severe whiplash of extraordinary policy victories and crushing defeats. This month, the Dreamers face the biggest test yet of their political clout, a make-or-break moment in their long path to the precipice of becoming fully legalized residents. A loss would mean a devastating return to living in the shadows and the perpetual fear of being deported. President Donald Trump, who ended the Obama-era Deferred Action Program in September, has set a March 5 deadline for lawmakers to act before the bulk of the permits begin to expire at a rate of nearly 1,000 per day. Most on Capitol Hill said a deal must realistically be done before the end of December because a bipartisan agreement would become more difficult in a midterm election year. For the Dreamers, the moment has reactivated a nationwide political network honed over the past decade. Motivated anew, they are planning to ramp up the emotional, in-your-face demonstrations that have brought them to this precipice. "This is the moment," said Cristina Jimenez, executive director and co-founder of United We Dream, the nation's largest Dreamer organization. The group is planning a major mobilization Wednesday in which thousands of members are expected to flock to Washington to lobby Congress. "It's higher stakes for us in comparison to other fights," Jimenez said. "The reason why is we're facing the most aggressive immigration enforcement environment in our lifetime. The fight over Dreamers could have even greater consequences. Some Democrats have suggested they will not support a must-pass spending bill without a deal that offers the Dreamers a path to citizenship." Last week, Republican Reps. Carlos Curbelo and Ileana Ros Lehtinen, both of Florida, added their names to that list. A top Senate Democrat said Wednesday that he will vote against any spending bill in the coming weeks if Congress has failed to address the fate of young immigrants, raising the stakes in a looming showdown with the White House and Republicans over a potential government shutdown. Sen. Richard. A top Senate Democrat said Wednesday that he will vote against any spending bill in the coming weeks if Congress has failed to address the fate of young immigrants, raising the stakes in a looming showdown with the White House and Republicans over a potential government shutdown. Sen.